Hi guys, this is GK from GK Marine Tech. Today is the second lecture in the electricity chapter. So today very important basic we are going to learn about how to measure the voltage, how to measure the current. Last video we discussed about the voltage is what and current is what. Current is the quantity of electrons, voltage is the speed of the electrons. Okay, so we will push to the next slide. Okay. So now I have taken one DC source, one battery, and I am going to give a voltmeter for that, for measuring the voltage of this battery, how much is there. So I am taking the voltmeter. So voltmeter, you know, multimeter is having the option of the checking voltmeter, ammeter, everything, but here we are taking it the slab type voltmeter here. So either here we have two scales. Say we can select the scale. Suppose this is a 3 volt, less than 3 volt, then we can select the 3 volt range and we can give the connection to 3 volt. Suppose it is more than 3 volt, 15 volt, then we can give. So we have to select the voltage range properly. Otherwise the meter will get damaged. Okay, now I am going to give the connection to the first to the meter. Okay, so meter, now meter is showing 0. Now I am going to give the connection. Positive should be positive. So positive I have taken, okay, positive, I have taken like this, positive. Okay, so negative, I am going to take the negative because only positive I given, but no voltage is showing. So the potential difference means you have to have a reference point, the difference between 2 points. So with 1 point you cannot measure the voltage. So you have to give the reference point from which level you have to measure the voltage. So negative is our reference level. So in a reference level I will take it black color. Okay, like this. Now voltage is showing 1.5 volt. Okay, very simple. Now what is the path of the current now? That is very important. Path of the current I will draw in white color. Okay, so path of the current is this. Here. Now, voltmeter there is no current, but even I am writing milli current will flow because voltmeter is also having some resistance. Okay, so this is the way now the current flow is there, plus to minus conventional current. So remember, electron flow we are not bothered. So only the current flow. Current is I. Okay, I amps. And voltage is parallel. Parallel, this is the volt. 1.5 volt. Now I am going to give the connection one bulb. So bulb is not having any polarity. So positive one terminal and minus one terminal I am going to give. So what is happening we'll see. So I will take the positive terminal. So bulb is not glowing. So always you remember the circuit has to be closed. If you are not closing, then that load will not work. Okay. So you can close through the switch also, but I am not using the switch, directly I am connecting. So I will make it black color. So bulb, what will happen? Bulb will glow bright, full bright, because full voltage is going to the bulb. There is no restriction in the path. Okay, now the current how it will go? Now the current how it will go? So current will flow like this and will flow like this. Okay, so now voltage we measured it. Current measuring, I told you what is current. It is number of electron passing through one cross section in one position, one place in 1 second. Okay, so one place we have to cut and we have to put the meter, flow meter, like a electron flow meter, that is called ammeter. So ammeter we have to introduce here. So ammeter what we will do? We will erase here and I will put the ammeter here. But ammeter is showing now some amps. After putting the ammeter, the light is little dim because ammeter is having some resistance. Okay, little dim. So ammeter is consuming very minute current. That current normally will not affect the load, but I shown you for for you easy understand. I shown you the difference in the current. So I put the ammeter. Ammeter, what is an ammeter? What is the difference between ammeter and voltmeter? No difference. Both are same. This is also voltmeter. This is also voltmeter. But now, how this is acting as a voltmeter? This is acting as a ammeter. There is one thing you remember. There is no meter for measuring amps current. Then what is this? So I will remove this. I will measure with the voltmeter the same current amount. Then I will show you what is this. Okay. So now I will remove this. I will remove this. I am going to use one resistance. You know what is meant by resistance? I will make it up here. Okay. Resistance. Resistance is that some component restrict the electron flow or current flow. Okay. So this will slow down the electron flow. This will regulate the electron. That means it regulate the current. It reduce the current. Okay. But this value we are putting very minute 0.01 ohms like that, very minute. If you less resistance, there is very minute change in the current. Very minute change in the current. Okay. So what we have to do, if you want to measure with the current with the voltmeter, we have to put one low ohms resistance in the negative side, not in the positive side. Put it in the negative side, that is better. Okay. So after putting, what will happen? So after putting, the light is little bright less, but you cannot make out because this resistance is very low ohms. So this will not restrict more, but it will restrict. Okay. So this, how much it is restriction? How to measure? So we can measure the voltage drop of this resistance. Here how much voltage, here how much voltage. Reference we have to take it from here, because here voltage is more, right? So reference will take it the voltage here and voltage. So I will take the voltmeter instead of ammeter. We will take the voltmeter. Okay. So I will take one voltmeter. So one more voltmeter here. Voltmeter I will put it 0. Okay. So now which voltmeter, what I am going to do? I am going to measure voltage difference between this terminal and this terminal. Before voltage reference we are taking from negative to positive, it is showing the battery voltage. Now we don't want battery voltage. We want one resistor we put it. This resistor, how much voltage drop is making in the circuit. You understand now? So what we are going to do? We are going to make a connection. I will make it in a different color. Okay. So I am going to make a connection like this. Clearly understand, this is very important. This is the method we are measuring the current. These two parts combined together, this is ammeter. This ammeter is a voltmeter which having a resistance inside. Now you got to understand. This ammeter is a voltmeter with resistance between these two terminals. Between these two terminals. That is why we should not misuse it. So multimeter, they will give a different terminal for current and volt. Because current meter is having a resistance inside. We have to pass the supply through the current. Right? But if by mistake, if you instead of putting resistance, you directly put the voltmeter here. The voltmeter resistance is very less, it will not hold. The voltmeter will get damaged. So voltmeter series you cannot put it. If you want to put it, you put some resistance and across the resistance you put the voltmeter. So whichever the place you don't have ammeter, but you have voltmeter, but you want to measure the current of the motor or whatever it is, any load, then very simple, in the load series, you put one resistance, very low ohms resistance. Okay, it is capable of taking that much load. Okay, so that much resistance. Some places you see in marine panel board, this because instead of using the resistance, they use the metal plate. The metal plate also having some micro ohms is there. So they will put parallelly one voltmeter, and then the volt they will take a reference and they will take for the alarm. If it is a more current means more voltage means more current, then alarm will rise. So we have only the voltmeter. There is no ammeter. Ammeter means it is a voltmeter with the resistance. They are supplying with the resistance. and accordingly the value is calculated. Understand? Now, okay, now resistance I put it. Now I measure the volt. Now what are the things you got? We got volt and resistance, you know how much you put it. We have two values. With the two values, how to find the amps? Because it is showing the voltage only. Now we have to convert the voltage into amps. For that, Ohm's law. This is a very, very important law. Okay, this is very, very important law. Ohm's law. Ohm's law. Ohm's law is showing that the relation between voltage, current and resistance. So whatever the current is there into multiply by resistance, that will give the voltage. This is the formula this Ohm's law states. It's a very, very basic law. Everybody should know about it. It is very, very important. Everybody knows. That is definitely, I know people know about it. Okay. So with this formula, anything you can write. Now we want volt. If you have a current and resistance, you can multiply and get it the volt. Current should be in amps, resistance should be in ohms, and voltage will be in the volt. The unit should be very important. Okay. Suppose if I want current now. So current equal to V by, just I am replacing the parameters so that current equal to V by R. Okay. So now I will check that voltage. Sorry. Now here you got some voltage. Okay. You got some voltage, correct? Resistance you know. 1 is 1K. This is the voltage be 1 volt or 0.9 volt. So very easily you can measure current equal to voltage. How much was there? 1.9 volt. 0.9 volt divided by 0.1 ohms. 0.1 ohms. Okay. So 0.1 ohms I put it down, and 0.9 is the volt we got it across the resistance. So by dividing these two, how much is there? 0.9 by 0.1. Okay. R is the resistance. This is a 0.1 ohms. 0.1 ohms. This is volt. So if you divide it, you will get the answer 9. Right? 9 amps. You got it now? With the voltmeter, directly we cannot read the amps, but we can read the voltage drop, and we can multiply with the resistance so that you will easily calculate the current. So what I am trying to say is, there is no ammeter. This is a voltmeter with resistance. These two together. So what I will do, this both I will remove it. And I will remove this connection. Okay. And I will put the ammeter. Ammeter and connection. So it is showing directly the 9 amps. Got it? So that is what I want to say. There is no special meter for measuring the current. It is the voltmeter parallel with the resistance. Those resistance, if you are connecting the series with the bulb, so the voltage drop across the resistance, the voltmeter is calculating, and voltmeter scale is graduated with the calculation using Ohm's law. That is V equal to IR, I equal to V by R. Okay. So V by R, we found the voltage here. Resistance, you know, is a fixed resistance, 0.1 ohms. So that we can divide that, and very easily you can measure the current. So this video, I think you clear about this, how to measure the current. That is this video concept. Because everybody is confusing where to connect the ammeter. That is, everybody knows. But nowadays we are not using this ammeter, because all the current, this how much current is going, it is passing through the ammeter. So we need a big ammeter for the large, big size motors. So we are not using this. We are using the tongue tester. Future videos we will read about we will learn about the torque tester, how to use it. Okay, torque tester is that a small transformer, so that we can reduce the voltage and then we can check the voltage, across voltage we can reduce it and we can check, and no need to disconnect. Without disconnect we can measure the voltage. This one we have to part the wire and then give the connection. So the torque tester need not to cut the wire and we can directly measure in the running machinery. So that is a very easy step. But in the panel, if they are fitting like this. So you should know what is ammeter. If you don't have ammeter, how to use it. Or circuit, if they are giving the resistance and parallelly they are taken two wires and give to the some controllers. That means they are putting the resistance and they are measuring the voltage drop, and according to the voltage drop the controller will act. So we have to give the voltage drop to the controller. That is a very millivolt. So the millivoltage the controller will sense, and accordingly it will act like a regulator. You got it? So I think this video one useful thing you learn it. So next video we will discuss all the electrical items with animation, good animation, the PowerPoint. These two just for starting I tried by the drawing, but I think I know this is little disturbance to me to taking more time and wasting the time for explanation. So next video we will discuss with the PowerPoint, beautiful PowerPoint with animation, so that easily you can discuss about more details. Okay, with animation you can understand more easily also. So we will see in the next video. The new subscriber, please subscribe my channel and click the bell button so that my notification will come when I uploaded the video, then you will get the notification. And please support my channel so that everybody will get use of it. Okay, thanks for watching. We will see in the next video.